the Buff Dudes. I also started with them in the early days as well. They bring a lot of humor to the fitness space. They really invest, as everyone else that I've mentioned, but they really invest in their content. They will like build sets and put together like, basically short films, and they also will often work out with their dad. Their dad like builds shit for them or DIY things for them in the fitness space. Is crazy. And they were inspired by watching their dad work out. I think one of the brothers wants to be a filmmaker, I believe, and the other one was more focused into fitness. Even though they both were into fitness, one was, trying to compete, or was competing. I'm not gonna say trying to compete, because when you compete, you compete. Was competing, and after that, they just teamed up and just, went after it. And they still to this day go after it. They still bring the humor, and they're still just as entertaining as they ever were. So the Buff Dudes, man, yeah. I couldn't make these suggestions and leave those guys off the list. And the man who created the Meadows Row, that would be John Meadows. May he rest in peace. John passed away, I think maybe 2 years ago, I believe. He had some heart issues. And he passed away in his sleep. And I feel even bad even starting the conversation like that. But yeah, John Meadows is extremely inspirational. I even still watch his videos to this day, and I would suggest that you all do the same as well. John is an inspiration in so many forms. One that I can think of that always sticks out to me, was that his life, like he was an orphan. He was an orphan, and until 18, became an adult and was on his own pretty much. And he did things the right way. He never really talks about any dark side of that nature, but he has a great family, wife, and two sons. And his fitness tips I use to this day. He trained a number of people. I know a lot of females he trained and got them into into that competition space as well. But of course he'll be missed, but I still recommend checking his channel out, family updates, his channel. But a lot of them are reposts, but it's still good content nonetheless. He was also playful too. He was also a wrestling fan as well, and had kind of like had an Ultimate Warrior gimmick that he would do from time to time. I wish he would have done it a little bit more. I think he at one point, but I don't think it's up on YouTube, he did something with Mike Rashid. And I know that at one point, the Celtic Warrior, who I would suggest as well. He's an honorable mention. That's the WWE superstar known as Sheamus. Sheamus wanted to do something with John Meadows, and I was trying to personally connect them through comments, and I was able to do it because John wanted to do it. But Sheamus had said that he was kind of a little too far, out from his travels, because those guys are traveling on the road from show to show to show. So wherever John was, I can't remember the state that he was in, but wherever he was located was just too far off the path, for Sheamus to make it up there, and I guess vice versa. But that would have been nice to have them do a training video as well. That definitely would have blown up John's channel a little bit more as well, because that probably would have led more WWE talents to probably go up there. But John's training was awesome. He showed you also as well, a lot of muscle movement, how the body works. Another person that will always emphasize you have to do what works for you. And he also had he has a lot of eating tips and shortcuts on a low low budget, which is kind of where I kind of got, my inspiration from. The thing I liked about John as well is that he was a comic book fan, and he often wore like a lot of Marvel t-shirts, and some of his supplements, they were kind of like, Marvel inspired, I believe. So highly suggest my man John Meadows, rest in peace, but check out his content because there's a lot of stuff that's on there. It's good. CT, man, what can I say about CT? It's just one time I'm working out and looking for videos, and it's this cat on there running his mouth, being loud. I'm the one, this and that, yada, yada, yada. And you get pumped, and you're like, who does this dude? But you're so pumped to like watch his content, and this cat, man, yeah, like I said, he's just a ball of energy to get you pumped up. He's also worked with Jeff Cavallari. They have a program together, which they'll probably roll out. They roll out, I think, like every Black Friday. But they have a program together. Jeff reached out, and then next thing you know, and this was like maybe, I want to say maybe 6 years ago or something, maybe 5. Jeff reached out. They were talking behind the scenes, and he's like, "Yeah, we got something special coming up," and they're training together, and then next thing you know, they got a program together, and it's like, oh, when you see, the guys that you watch, the gals that you watch, and they team up, love it, love it. CT's also worked with DLB. There's videos up there, him busting her ass, bro, busting her ass with Kai Green. If you're looking for somebody that's going to kick your rear end when you're working out, or if you're looking for somebody that's going to give you another edge while you're working out, and even if you're doing one of my programs that I've created for you, self-plug, and you need to do, what, let me just take this, and what if I throw a little something that CT did? You tell you, CT busts ass. No joke. He has enough content to bust your ass. You can just listen to his motivationals, man, and get jacked. While you just, ripping up weights, ripping up the bands, ripping up, your body regimen. And yeah, CT he's that dude, as we say. He's extremely motivational, man. Extremely motivational. And they have, on this channel, he has different contests with, different people. And it's just the energy alone. Just the energy alone. CT is so big that, cats was flying down just to come in and work out with him. WWE superstars, football players, and MMA fighters, and everything, just to come and get their ass tore up on a fitness level. So yeah, I highly, highly, highly recommend CT Fletcher. In closing, these are the people that I have been inspired by. If you have anyone else that you want to add, feel free to leave those in some of these comments. No problem. But I hope that you get as much value from the people that I've mentioned as I have. Best of luck on your fitness journey. Keep on grinding, keep on rising, and let's get after it together. Later.